We've all been wanting some more information about Starfield, and we finally got some more information about Starfield thanks to Todd Howard through IGN. However you feel about IGN, you need to go listen to this interview by Ryan McCaffrey with Todd Howard. He's got a lot of good information out there, and it's about 15 minutes, so it's not too long, but there's a lot of juicy nuggets. And as I was listening to it and getting all these juicy nuggets and listening to him detail about dogfighting, detailing about ships and combat and the planets and all the systems you can visit, how long the campaign is, all this stuff in 15 minutes, all I could think was, you could do all of this and there is no multiplayer? Like, that's the only thing I could think in that moment as I'm watching this, as I'm listening to this, because this game looks huge and there's a lot to do. You get to customize your ship, you get to customize yourself, you get to build a base, you get to visit different star systems. I don't even know if all these systems are procedurally generated for each person individually or they're, procedurally generated over the cloud. I don't know how all this stuff is going to work at the end of the day. Perhaps Bethesda is going to release more information about that specifically, but there was a lot to do and you have to do it all alone. That is bonkers to me. This game screams multiplayer. This game screams you got to do this with somebody else. You got to share these experiences with somebody else. Now, when I say this game needs multiplayer, I'm not saying that everybody should have to participate in a multiplayer with Starfield if it were to have one. I'm not saying that at all. If you want this experience to be solo, go for it. Like, obviously it's designed that way, but go for it. But for people like myself, I enjoy co-op experiences. I want something like that. And you're telling me the only way I'd be able to share these kind of experiences is if I post it to a Discord or Reddit or some other place like that? I'm sorry. Screenshots are not going to do a ship justice. Like, I want to walk through a ship. I want to be in it. It's not enough to post a video about, look at the planet I found. Oh, that's cool. Can I visit it? No. There's no multiplayer. It's not enough to just fly through space and do it alone. No, let's fly through space together with somebody else. And I'm not talking about some huge MMO-esque type of thing. No, not that at all. That's not what I'm trying to get at. What I'm saying is, though, like, we got to be able to do this with at least one other person at a time. We can't just limit it to sharing a bunch of stuff over the internet, because at the end of the day, like, we're all going to be fighting for, look at my ship, look at the planet I found. There's going to be the stuff that people find that's going to be incredible. It's going to be awesome. There's going to be stuff people create that's going to be incredible, and it's awesome. And you know what? Your ship might suck. It doesn't matter. Like, I took the time to build this thing, and I just want to share it with somebody. I just want somebody to look through it. I would love for somebody to rate it something, give me some advice on it. And yeah, maybe you could do it through serious test, but no, you got to walk through the thing, right? Like, that's the way it's got to be done. This game screams that it should have some sort of ability to share the experience of discovery with somebody else. I love co-op experiences. I love when I can share the same experience with somebody else. When me and my wife traveled to Italy and Japan, when we saw something at the same time and we're taking in what we're taking in with our own eyeballs and processing what we're seeing, we're exchanging these ideas, and it's so much more enjoyable. Not that I couldn't enjoy it by myself, not that she couldn't enjoy it by herself, but it's so much more rich when you have somebody to exchange thoughts and process with and get their ideas and get how they perceive what they're looking at. It's just so much better, so much richer, and we can't have that. And don't forget, what's crazy about this game is going to be on Game Pass. The last time I can remember that they put out numbers for Game Pass were ballpark 25 million people registered for Game Pass. That's a lot of people. Now, to be fair, this game is not going to be on the Xbox One, so that's a number of people that's going to be eliminated from being able to play the game on Game Pass, right? So let's push it down to people who have Xbox Series S's and Xbox Series X's. Obviously, the X's are harder to obtain right now. And then include PC players. That probably cuts that 25 million down who are able to play Starfield day one on Game Pass to, let's just say 10 million. Let's just say 10 million. That's still 10 million people who you could have a shared experience with. There's only 1,000, systems, 1,000 planets, something like that. That's still a lot of discovery. And if it's all procedurally generated, then yes, the potential is endless. But with 10 million people playing this game and everybody just sharing stuff on the internet, stuff's getting pushed down because it's not as popular or whatever the case may be, like, that's disappointing. There's so much to do and we have to do it alone. I don't feel good about that. I want to play Starfield. I am not a fan. I wouldn't say I'm not a fan, but I've never been really intrigued to play Bethesda games in the past. This is the game that has finally made me go, okay, I want to play this kind of Western RPG. I want this. But there's so much to do, and I have to do it all alone. Man, that's disappointing. But what's your perspective? How do you feel about the idea of maybe later Bethesda decides to add some sort of multiplayer element where you're able to share some of these things, travel through the systems, visit each other's ships, visit each other's bases, stuff like that? How would you feel about adding something like that? And again, I'm not saying something MMO sized. That's too much. That's overwhelming. But something smaller. Because remember, this is Bethesda, by the way. Before I end this is Bethesda. And Starfield's going to have bugs. It's going to be glitchy. It's going to have all kinds of issues. So adding on a multiplayer element that's huge, probably not their ballpark. But if they were to find a way to make that something like that work, I feel like it would be a missed opportunity if they didn't. So again, how do you feel about it? Let me know in the comments. You know how this works. This is YouTube. Please like the video. Tap that thumbs up button. It helps get the video out there. And I'm just here trying to have conversations with people. I'm doing it through YouTube. So let's chat. See you in the comments. Talk to you later.